Welcome to News Mongolia, where we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the nation and beyond. I am Batserin Namshir. On the News Mongolia today, Ulaanbaatar International Media Arts Festival kicks off. The Mongolian gear exhibition is ongoing at Sukhbaatar Square. The On the Move special exhibition from the National Museum of Qatar runs until August 11th. For the news, stay tuned. The eagerly anticipated 9th Ulaanbaatar International Media Arts Festival kicked off on Tuesday, May 7th, with a grand opening ceremony at the National Art Gallery of Mongolia. Under the theme, Seeing is Believing, this year's festival is a captivating exploration of digital technology's impact on our perceptions.
Hosted by the Arts Council of Mongolia, the festival promotes cultural diversity, showcases cutting-edge media works, and fosters international cooperation in the visual arts. Attendees were treated to a mesmerizing display of multimedia artistry as the festival's main exhibition challenged conventional notions of visual perception. German curator Inga Zeidler is the mastermind behind this year's theme, emphasizing the profound influence of images in shaping contemporary discourse. Seeing is Believing invites viewers to question their assumptions and delve into the cultural constructs that underpin our visual perceptions.
I've been an independent curator in Germany for a long time, working for the European Media Arts Festival and also for the Transmediale since 10 years. I think it was more of an observation of our current times, because we now live in a world where basically technology is the all-defining feature of the human experience. And it's about new visual languages and new visual culture and the increasing importance of the image. You know, we basically more and more communicate through images.
Through May 19th, the festival will feature a diverse array of exhibitions, performances, and discourse programs curated to provoke contemplation and spark dialogue on the evolving role of images in society. As visitors wandered through the National Art Gallery, they were captivated by innovative works that challenged traditional boundaries and pushed the limits of artistic expression. From immersive digital installations to thought-provoking video art, the festival's lineup promises something for every art enthusiast. Featuring artists from Taiwan, Spain, France, and Germany, the festival celebrates the global diversity of contemporary media arts.
Hello, my name is Margot Guillemot. I am a French artist, but I'm living in Taiwan since approximately 7 years. This is my second time actually participating in this festival. So the first time was last year, and we are very glad to come back this time with another work. So this time we are presenting a work about cartography and about all the sea monster and all the monsters that were present in the old maps. And because of new technologies and new media, we don't really need those sea monsters anymore, because we know the maps, we know the lens, so we don't need a sea monster to say, oh, be careful here, I don't know, it's dangerous. So because of technology now, we don't really need them. So we kind of brought them back through a 3D video. Yeah.
So my name is Nieves de la Fuente. I'm based in Cologne in Germany, but actually I come from Spain, I come from Madrid. And I'm taking part in this International Media Art Festival with a piece that's called Night Companions. And it's an extended reality piece, so it's a mixture between virtual reality and augmented reality. And it's an installation, it's upstairs, and you can drive or travel through the forest through the eyes of a dung beetle. So you are sitting in a ball and you have to go through the forest and discover constellations in the sky, because dung beetles are actually orientate themselves with the lights of stars and the polarized light of the moon and sun for other species. So you can check for the stars and try to know where to go.
with its grand opening setting the stage for 2 weeks of artistic exploration and cultural exchange. The 9th Ulaanbaatar International Media Arts Festival is poised to leave a lasting impression on local audiences and the global art community. The festival is being hosted in 2 locations, the National Art Gallery of Mongolia and Red Gear Gallery.
This is the 9th time that we're going to organize.
The Mongolian gear is a national treasure of Mongolia and a cherished aspect of Mongolian culture, included on UNESCO's list of representations of intangible human heritage. To promote awareness and understanding of this cultural icon, Mongolia has organized the gear exhibition at Sukhbaatar Square. This exhibition aims to introduce the Mongolian gear to children, young people, and tourists visiting Mongolia.
This year commemorates the 20th anniversary of the Mongolian gear's registration with UNESCO. As part of the exhibition, the participatory cultural education program is being carried out to promote and disseminate the heritage of the Mongolian gear's traditional crafts and rituals. Furthermore, 25 Mongolian gears, each showcasing regional and ethnic characteristics and uniqueness, are being constructed and displayed to the public.
Our Mongolian gear is crafted at Tekshkhis LSC in Tosantsingil province. This gear is meticulously hand-carved and painted using traditional Mongolian techniques. The design features a one-horned antelope from the Hunnu period at the base of the support pillars or bagan, adorned with intricate plant leaf motifs. In the center, a blue dragon coils around, while the upper part of the bagan showcases symbols of 4 powerful animals: dragon, hung-eared bird, lion, and tiger. The crown or tone section depicts the 7 state treasures of Mongolia, the renowned writer Natsugdorj, the 12 Chinese zodiac signs, and the 9th Pogtjabtsendam product.
At the exhibition, Mongolian gears representing various regions of Mongolia were showcased, highlighting their ethnic characteristics and adaptations to modern requirements. These gears featured distinct interior furniture and fixtures with diverse styles, histories, and purposes, significantly promoting Mongolian traditional culture and heritage.
Right, so actually we just stumbled upon this exhibition about half an hour ago. We're just wandering around. We actually don't even know what it's really about, other than the fact that it's like about Mongolian culture. So I'm from Australia, I'm from Melbourne. I've been here for about maybe 18 days. I went up to see the Tsatan people in the north. Yeah, so we've only walked into one gear so far, and they were doing traditional Mongolian calligraphy. And that's amazing to see that they're still keeping that tradition alive.
The exhibition will continue until May 12th, during which daily discussions such as traditions and reforms of the Mongolian gear and challenges facing the legacy of Mongolian gear wood craftsmanship will occur.
Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
The On the Move exhibition from the National Museum of Qatar opened at the National Museum of Mongolia on May 2, 2024. This exhibition was made possible through sponsorship from the Qatar Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and it features 50 items from the National Museum of Qatar, including artifacts, historical photographs, and documentary films portraying the traditional life and culture of herders before the advent of oil extraction. During the opening ceremony, the Deputy Minister of Culture of Mongolia, Batur Professor, and the Director of the National Museum of Qatar, Sheikh Abdulaziz bin Jassim Al Thani, delivered speeches. Additionally, actors from the Mongolian Grand Theatre of National Arts presented performances. Notable attendees at the event included the Director of the National Museum of Qatar, the Deputy Director of Curatorial Affairs, Tania Al-Majid, Head of Conservation, Sang-hyun Im, and Najma Ahmed, oral history researcher from the National Museum of Qatar. The On the Move special exhibition will be accessible to the public free of charge at the National Museum of Mongolia Mongolia until August 11, 2024.
Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now, let's take a look at international news from our partner agencies. Chinese President Xi Jinping and French President Emmanuel Macron on Tuesday issued a joint statement on the situation in the Middle East after exchanging in-depth views on the situation there. At the invitation of Macron, Xi paid a state visit to France from 5th to 7th.
In the statement, China and France, both the permanent members of the United Nations Security Council, reaffirmed their commitment to seeking constructive solutions based on international law to address international security challenges and risks. China and France condemned all violations of international humanitarian law, including all acts of terrorist violence and indiscriminate attacks against civilians, emphasizing that achieving an immediate and sustainable ceasefire, ensuring the provision of large-scale humanitarian aid in Gaza, and protecting the civilians as the pressing tasks, the heads of state of China and France called for the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages, the unimpeded humanitarian access, meeting the humanitarian needs of the civilians such as medical treatment, and upholding international law regarding all the detainees. They also called for the immediate and effective implementation of relevant UN resolutions, especially the UN Security Council resolutions 2712, 2720, and 2728. This is the only reliable way to guarantee peace and security for all and to ensure that neither Palestinians nor Israelis will ever again experience the terrors that have occurred since the attack on October 7th. The heads of state of China and France called for effective opening of all necessary corridors and crossings for the rapid, safe, sustainable, and unhindered delivery of humanitarian assistance throughout the Gaza Strip. They stressed the importance of strengthening coordination of international humanitarian efforts. The heads of state of China and France urged all parties to refrain from taking unilateral actions on the ground that could further escalate the tensions and condemned Israel's policy on building settlements, which is a violation of international law and a major obstacle to the realization of viable two-state solution. They reaffirmed that the future governance of Gaza cannot be cut from a comprehensive political settlement of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict based on a two-state solution. The two leaders expressed support for the two-state solution, recognizing it as the only way towards lasting peace and security that Palestinians and Israelis are longing for. The heads of state of China and France voiced concern over the risks of the escalating regional situation and called for a de-escalation of the situation. They called on the parties concerned to exercise restraints. The heads of state of China and France reiterated their support for political and diplomatic efforts to address the Iran nuclear issue. They noted that the joint comprehensive plan of action reached in 2015 is an important achievement of multilateral diplomacy. They also expressed concern over the risks of the escalating situation, reaffirmed the importance of cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency and the continued diplomatic efforts, and reiterated their commitment to maintaining the international nuclear non-proliferation regime and promoting peace and stability in the Middle East. The heads of state of China and France emphasized the importance of freedom of navigation in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, calling for an immediate end to attacks on civilian vessels in order to safeguard maritime security and global trade, and prevent the escalation of the regional tension as well as humanitarian and environmental risks. The heads of states of China and France called for the parties concerned to observe the Olympic truce during the Paris 2024 Olympic and Paralympic Games, noting it as an opportunity for a lasting solution to the conflict. The two sides also issued joint statements on biodiversity and maritime cooperation, artificial intelligence and global governance and agricultural cooperation.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you on Thursday with more news and updates. Goodbye.